Hey everybody, welcome back to another Music Wednesday with, how many times now? 4? 5?
I think
You're definitely the leader in the clubhouse.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is my friend Heatherly.
I think 4.
Yeah. And the Christmas. But Heather is a favorite and always a welcome guest because twice I called you morning of and you were there within a half hour, so.
I'm a good call.
You're a good
girl.
guest. You're who is it on Carson that used to be the go-to? Oh, I'll think of it later. But anyway, you have big news, exciting news.
Yes.
Look at this. Look at that.
I have a new EP.
That's pretty terrific.
So this is my first vinyl release, and when I called up Brett Nolan, who recorded and eventually helped me co-produce that too. It was just going to be like a simple, quick, get some songs out, back to acoustic, what you would hear. Because my last album was, not what you would hear live. So
Right.
I needed to do something that was more what you would hear. And then everything turned out so amazing. Brett Nolan is...
Yeah, he works with a ton of people.
And Alex Keys played guitar and slide guitar on it, and Rachel McIntyre-Smith, who you had a couple weeks ago.
At your suggestion, thank you.
Yes,
we're going to talk some about
background
that.
vocals on it, and it turned out so good that I was like, well, this is going to be it. This is going online.
Well, I can tell you from doing this show that your mistake was thinking it was going to be simple and quick. Every time I head out, it's the most complicated thing ever.
It's funny though, because it was only a 3-day recording process, and their turnaround time for the whole thing was probably a month and a half.
Wow.
Granted, I caught Brett Nolan at a good time. He had just gotten done with a bunch of big projects. So yeah, I mean,
wow.
Sometimes the simple things turn out,
I just don't know that you can plan them that way.
No.
That never seems to work.
No.
So Brett, and you mentioned Rachel. Mm-hmm. Who else is on?
Alex Keys plays electric guitar, and he plays slide guitar on Fool's Gold, which Fool's Gold is my first kind of Western song. It's like country Western, but I like to call it Austin country Western.
Okay.
So it's got that indie. It's not like country, it's indie country Western. And so the slide guitar turned out to have this kind of spooky feel, and I don't know, it just turned out really good.
And it's about dating a narcissist, huh?
Yes, and this is not about the relationship I'm in, but we could all draw from past experiences, and I think everyone has dated a narcissist or had siblings or mother or father or a president. Everyone's been involved with a narcissist in some way, shape, or form.
My guess is if that person is listening, they won't know it's about them. It's usually the way it works with a narcissist.
Everyone's been a narcissist at least one time in their life, too. Yeah. Sometimes it just happens, and you're like, wait a second. Reverse, right?
Why not? So tell us about the first song you're going to do.
The first song that I'm going to do is called Beauty and Women. And so I wrote this song about an experience I had at JJ's Bohemia. So I don't remember what I was wearing, but who knows? I had just gotten done with a show, so it was probably something a little more scandalous than I would normally wear. And I'm not a fashionista or anything, but sometimes I try a little harder for shows. But it was also getting colder. This was about last year around this time. And it was probably a little risque for the weather, but someone I knew, I went up to give a hug, and they're like, "What are you wearing?" And I was like, in the state I was in JJ's and everything else, I was just like, I just said it again, and I just let it go, of course, because the state I was in. And then it just stuck with me until I wrote a song about it. So the song was kind of like my therapeutic release. And the premise is basically that, women do have beautiful clothes and hair and makeup, and they are beautiful and it's wonderful, but we are so much more than that. And if women can't see past that, how can we expect the men to as well?
Yeah, that was
So-
interesting. It's because there's always the opposite sex sort of point of view. Why do I do this for you and all, but this one's
It's a woman to
girl
woman
on
kind of
girl,
thing.
type of thing.
It's about holding each other accountable almost, and, it's kind of like the reflection kind of thing.
Yeah.
If we kind of have to set the example, This song is called "The Beauty in Women." Though I excitedly welcomed you with a smiling embrace, your retort so sharp that me stunned and dismayed. What are you wearing? You burst without pause, your utmost content. Now written on the wall, looked at my outfit and gathered my thoughts. And when I looked up, you repeated your cause. Is it really my outfit that has you throwing bows? 'Cause it doesn't seem likely the way I've seen this go. The beauty is in women, to be examples from within. Lift each other proudly, so where we can begin. Past the makeup, there's a fashion fat and thin. There's a place where appearance is the way a woman wins. We will add this new path to a place that we all need, where a win for you means a win for me, and that's how we will succeed. The beauty is in women, to be examples for the rest. Show how we're supposed to be, and the rest is history. We are not competing to win. This is not a game. When I see you again, I'll smile and wave and mean it just the same. I will keep working to improve my view. See with love when we let love pass through. Drink down the big pill and I'll take some blame. I'll introspect, I'll cultivate change. I'll see with perspective to realize your pain. Take no offense and love you anyway. The beauty is in women, to be examples from within. Lift each other proudly, so where we can begin. Past the makeup, there's a fashion fat and thin. There's a place where appearance is the way a woman wins. We will add this new path to a place that we all need, where a win for you means a win for me, and that's how we will succeed. The beauty is in women, to be examples for the rest. Show how we're supposed to be, and the rest is history. The beauty is in women, to be examples from within. Lift each other proudly, so where we can begin. Past the makeup, there's a fashion fat and thin. There's a place where appearance is the way a woman wins. We will add this new path to a place that we all need, where a win for you means a win for me, and that's how we will succeed. The beauty is in women, to be examples for the rest. Show how we're supposed to be, and the rest is history.
Are all of the songs on the EP new? Are they just for the?
They're all new.
Yeah. You had to look. You weren't even sure.
I know.
No, I mean that's interesting. So that.
Yeah, they're all new.
Yeah, good.
I mean, they all have not been on an album
Yeah.
before. So a couple of them, no, one of them, I wrote Take Me, I wrote during the, you know those February series
Yes.
that they did? I did that a couple years ago, and it was one of the songs for that. And it turned out really sweet. A bunch of people have told me that that's one of their favorite songs.
Nice.
So, yeah.
All right. Tell us about the next song. You Fool's Gold, or that's the.
I'll do that one last.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us about the next song.
So the next song is called Time, and this is a love song, really. But I don't write many of those. It's like mine. But it's about like the gradual feeling of love. You know, you start out and it's kind of scary at first. You're like, hold up. Because, you know, when you go into some relationships, you can like become someone you're not. And just to kind of.
Scary because it's happening, or scary
'cause
exciting, or because you don't want it to happen, or all
Scary
of that.
because, yeah, you could lose them.
Right.
Scary because you could lose yourself.
Yeah.
In like loving them too much and trying to be
Yeah.
what they want. And I think that, you know.
And it's always scary to know how fast or slow or what the. Yeah, I get that. Okay.
Yes. So it's just kind of like, and it's kind of like how, you know, it's all an illusion anyways.
Until it's not.
Yes. Yes. And it's all kind of like
Right.
what you make of it.
Right.
This song is called Time. Thoughts they come and then they're gone, but there's this one that just won't move on. It's kind of like you, I like you too, but I don't want to get lost in you. Don't want to lose you too. I don't want to lose you too. You too. I thought time would come and carry you away. Speculation is thoughts, but you stay. I thought time and me was stuck in a maze. There you are, in front of me smiling. Look for a reason that I should leave, but all I see is everything I need. Yeah, everything I need. Everything to me. To me. I thought time would come and carry you away. Speculation is thoughts, but you stay. I thought time and me were stuck in a maze. There you were, in front of me smiling. Time would come and carry you, but you stay. Time would come and carry you. I thought time would come and carry you, but you stay. I thought time would come and carry you, but you stay. I thought time would come and carry you away. Speculation is thoughts, but you stay. I thought time and me was talking to me. There you are, in front of me smiling. Time has proved I was wrong, while incessantly marching on. Time will heal, and time will tell. Familiar words known all too well. It's an illusion, one perceived. Brains convincing us to believe. Hearts want to believe. Soon it will be reality. Reality.
All right, one of the things I wanted to ask you about, we mentioned Rachel Smith and the fact that you sort of recommended that she would be a good guest.
She's awesome, right?
She was terrific.
She's incredible.
Yeah, and but you've been doing this a long time. You've been one of the real great proponents of.
You say a long time, but there's still a lot of people in Chattanooga that would say that I've been doing it not very long. It's only been a few years, you know?
We're
I think I just have gone so hard.
well
from
and
the
consistent.
start.
Yeah. Okay.
Persistent.
Well,
Consistent.
I mean, there's a lot of people that have been proponents of local music, but you've been doing the weekly guest type of things for a long. That's what I guess
Yeah.
I'm thinking
yeah.
of. No, there've been a lot of people that have been pushing for local,
Yeah.
but you were one of the first, I think, to sort of embrace the digital opportunities that Facebook Live and all that has. So, about how many do you do? Is it weekly? Because I know you traveled for quite a while.
Shows, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have taken the past couple weeks off, and it's the first time in, I feel like, years that I've had this much time off. And it's weird. It's nice. It's needed. But yeah, I play sometimes a few times a week, sometimes one time. I have a full-time job teaching as well. So, you know, I can't travel full-time, but when I do have breaks, I do travel. I went on 2 tours this summer, and
Right.
a couple weeks from now, I have like Chattanooga, Murphy, North Carolina, Birmingham, little 3-day stint. So I try to fit them in. I'm trying to make this a gradual progression of into, and not, I don't want to put too much pressure on the music having to support me, you know? So it's a balance trying to take.
Well, let me ask this, because you have that perspective, and I think I ask you this every time we get together, is what does it feel like the state of local music is right now?
Well, I think the state of the Chattanooga music scene is ever changing and growing, which is beautiful, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Like, there have been new artists that have popped up all over the place, like Rachel.
Yep.
Came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere.
You know, I saw her sing. It was like Deb Belk's birthday at Songbirds for the open mic. And so that's why I went. I usually don't get a chance to get out to those anymore, and then I saw her sing, and I went up to her and I was like, "You're gonna be on my podcast because you're amazing."
Yeah.
And then she started internship for Songbirds
right.
and started playing more.
Right.
And also Ariel.
Yep.
I saw her pop up on my Facebook a few times. I think because other people had shared her, or maybe I saw that she had won the Camp House thing. Not the big one, but one of the first nights.
She was a finalist. She did very well. And
yes.
Yeah.
But not with, it was before the main night, the
Gotcha.
final
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
And so I messaged her and I was like, "All right, come be on the show." And then, like, she just moved me.
Yeah, she's pretty great.
I mean, incredible. And so, like, that night I was like, okay, on Monday we're gonna go to Ed's Attic. And then we went to Ed's Attic that Monday, and then she won that night.
Yeah.
Which is awesome, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, but now she's playing all the time. And it's like people just, they spread the love with the gigs. And
Which Reminds me we should mention we're here at the Walker Theater. Thanks to those guys, as always, for letting us use this terrific space.
Last time I was here, I opened for Melissa Etheridge.
Not a bad gig.
Oh my
Not
goodness.
a bad gig.
Probably the best. I mean, I get shaky just thinking about it. It was completely packed, and everybody here was just so loving, and they listened, and they were so excited to see me play, which was like it's scary because, openers sometimes get ignored, but that was not the case at all. And I've had so many people come to shows and be like, we saw you at Melissa Etheridge. We drove an hour to see you because we saw you at Melissa Etheridge. Nice. And that's moving, right?
Well, and that's why it all ties together. Having this space allows, us to see a Melissa, you to open.
But just the fact that, the whole Tivoli Foundation is allowing artists like me who are, still up and coming.
Yeah, that's why it's important. And I don't know if you noticed when you walked in, or people out there know, but there's pretty serious renovation going on.
Crazy renovation.
Downstairs. They're not going to recognize the concession area when they come in.
And if you haven't been in Walker, they've completely redone that too. I mean, that was a while ago, but it's nice. Amazing in here. The sound is awesome.
All right, so what's the last one you're going to do? We talked a little bit about it, right? Fool's Gold?
Oh, yeah. Wait. Yes.
We talked earlier about it, but that's the one you're going to do.
The last one is Fool's Gold, and yes, we did talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I love this song, and it has a different vibe and feel than the rest of the songs, and I don't know, it just turned out really, really cool. And I just love how the whole thing turned out.
Cool.
It's really starting to have like a cohesive vibe and sound. This song is called Fool's Gold. It's about dating a narcissist. Just a facade, good actor to boot. If you only meant half what you said, you're only as strong as you love. If you only knew how you feel. If you only knew how you feel. Your love might be all I disguise is all the show. If they only saw behind the scenes, if they only could know what I know, if only your truth was real. Might be. If only your truth was real. Layla might be real. You had me fooled, plot twist with a bird. If I only had heed their advice, if I only believed what they want, if only I saw you real. until you know how you feel. Until you know how you feel. Your love isn't real. Your love is unreal.
Tell everyone, where they can find the EP and also where they can listen to your podcasts or anything else that you've got.
Yes. Okay. So this beautiful vinyl can be found and purchased on my website, which is Heather with an L-Y, music.com. On my website, you can also find pictures, videos, other merch. You can see all the shows that I'm playing coming up. That's how I keep track of it too. I have a podcast where I host local and touring musicians, kind of like this, but little different talks,
Right.
little different setting. That's called Open Mic Spotlight. You can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts or openmicspotlight.com. And I have it, so I used to do the podcast weekly and every Tuesday without fail for years. 2 years, I think. It was a lot of episodes.
It's a lot of.
And I had to stop that to focus on Heatherly because you can't do everything. But I still do mini-series whenever I can.
Yeah.
So earlier this year, I did a series of 7 episodes and released them every week. So it's about time for another series to come up. But yeah, it's not gone away. It just,
Good.
like a normal
Good.
show, it'll come in series.
Keep doing them because you keep sending me artists. Like,
Yes.
I read you in yourself. So.
My Instagram is Heatherly Music and my Facebook is Heatherly. And you should follow me on those because that's where I post videos of me working on songs and new songs and Facebook Live of my shows when I'm playing. And yeah.
Cool. All right, Heatherly, always great to see you. Thank you so much for doing
Thank you so
this.
much for having me.
Thanks to the Tivoli Foundation,
Thank you,
as always, for
Tivoli.
letting us come and do this here. All right,
Thank you.
thanks.